Good evening. This is Devonna with Handmade with Heart by Devonna. If you're catching this part, you might be catching the replay. If the live red button is not on, just hashtag replay and I'll come back and greet you. I am in an event tonight and I'm just waiting to get shared in. I'm going to find myself on my other device while we're waiting. Y'all will have to tell me what you've been up to today. Hopefully you can see me okay. I don't know why, but I always have trouble. I forget to clean my phone off. We'll just give it just a minute and let me get shared into the group. Jackie with Crafty Kitty by Jackie is finishing up. I'm going to make sure I've got myself on my other device so I can see you guys. Thank you for coming in. Let me know when you're here. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Greg. So y'all have to tell me what you're up to today. I'm in an event with Southern Messy Crafters, and they should be sharing me in any minute now. There might be a little bit of lag on me knowing I'm in the group, but we're in an event today, and I'm excited to get to do this. So I'm just waiting to get shared in and let Jackie finish up. If y'all are not, says I'm shared in, thank you so much. I'm going to run down our little list real quick. I'm actually the caboose tonight. I'm finishing us out. We're in an event today with Southern Messy Crafters. If you're not a part of that group, just go join. It's free to join, and you'll get to watch all the events that they do, and then you can just refresh your page and just stay right there for the whole event and watch it, and catch the replays there as well. But we started out with Beast So Crafty, Brenda. She's one of the admins. That was at 11. And then Lisa with Lisa's Crafty Closet. And then Karen with White's Creative Designs. Karen, I missed yours, so I'll have to get the replay on that. Then Tanya with Mischief Managed Creations. Michelle with Pretty Pieces by Michelle. Kelly with Rustic Sunflower Daisy. Tanya, Simply Monarch, and she's one of the admins. And Elizabeth was the Spotlight Crafter, the Crafted Mantle. And Jackie with Crafty Kitty by Jackie. And then I am finishing it out. I'm Devonna with Handmade with Heart. And I am missing one of the admins. So we've got Brenda. I apologize. Terry, I forget the name of her page. I do apologize for that. And then Simply Monarch with Tanya. Thank you guys so much for having me. Hi, Tasha. Good evening, everybody. Hi, Tanya. What are y'all doing? Jack, y'all have to finish watching the rest of yours. I didn't get to finish it. I had to make sure that I was good to go. So I am going to do something I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm going to make sure I lay that way, I think. This is a set of wood blocks that my husband did. And I told him I wanted them like books. We're going to do stackable books. So there's a set of 3. And if you can tell, they're just a little bit sized, just a little bit gradually smaller. And you know how wood is. This one's even got a knot on it. But that's okay. We'll put it at the bottom. These are chunky. And these are, hi Jacqueline, thank you for hopping on. These are not in our woodwork shop right at the moment. If you all didn't know, we have a woodwork shop that we sell some woodworks. We sell some kind of like this kind of stuff to decoupage with, stencil, whatever you want to do with them. There's different things in my shop. And these are going to be in the shop. They're just not in it yet. I wanted to kind of see if anybody would be interested in the books after I do them tonight. Now this is with the foam clay that we did practice Sunday. And y'all said, well, what are you going to do with the pumpkins? Well, here's one of them. This is with air dry clay. This weighs nothing. Foam clay, not air dry clay, foam clay. And then here is what I chose to do with the little one on one of our wood blocks. Is that not cute? So I thought that was cute. But I wanted these right here to work. Hi Teresa, hi Donna. So yes, we're doing a stack of books. And I need to make myself how I'm going to do this. We're going to go in with Dixie Belle tonight. I'm going to use caviar. We're going to use burlap. And we're going to use drop cloth. And I know those are similar, but they are off enough on the color that you'll be able to tell a difference. So let's do the little one first, because I want to make sure that I keep this way. Hi Jean, how are you doing this evening? So I'm going to move these to the side. And basically I am going to be painting a lot. So the drop cloth is the lightest, so we're going to put it on the top. We're going to do a little bit of stenciling as well. And then we're going to decorate them up just a little bit. We're not just going to have a stack of books laying here. But I have been wanting these for a while. And me and Greg worked together. And I kind of told him what I wanted. And he was able to help me come up with the design. And I wanted them chunky. So I have not got to catch the whole event today because I had to work, of course. I did try to hop on and say hello when I could. But I have got some replays to watch. I do appreciate being on this event and being a part of this group. I'm just mixing this up good. It's been a little while since I've used it. And we're just going to paint and chat. How about that? Can we just paint and chat? My comments, yeah, they're scrolling a little bit. And of course I'll probably antique wax it just a little bit too. Around the ends and stuff. And it will have homespun fabric involved. I've kind of got an idea of the how I want them to look. I've been wanting to do this for a while. You know, I used to be scared of the stenciling, and I may flop tonight, but you know what? You can paint over top of it and redo it if you mess it up. But work gets in the way. I know, Tanya, it does get in the way. Sometimes people will comment and say, are you not working because I pop on the lives? Well, I'm a bookkeeper by trade, and, you know, I've always been able to sit there and listen to podcasts. I love crime podcasts, and, you know, so I'll play it in the background, and I do sometimes get carried away with the live and start commenting more than I should be while I'm at work. But I try to just like play it, and then I'll try to get on there and say hello, and let everybody know that I'm there. And hi, Andrea, and then just listen to it while I'm working. That's what I try to do. I try not to comment too much. So if you all ever see me on the lives and you start saying hi to me and I don't answer, it's because I'm trying not to comment so much. So I usually just pop on there and say hello everyone. That way I've said hi. I'm not being rude. I just don't want to, you know, get in trouble at work. So we're going in with a stack of books. If you're just hopping on, I am in an event. I know, Jackie. Why do we have to go to work? I want to craft all the time. People ask me all the time about retiring, which I've got a few years, and that there's no way they would retire. Yes way. I would retire today and do this full time if I could. I wouldn't have a bit of trouble finding something to do with my time. But I've got a good job, and I'm blessed, you know, with that. So if you have to work, I'm okay with where I'm at. Now that's soaking it in. So I got my little turntable here. I thought that would be easier to do. Thank you all for hopping on. I really do appreciate it. My little hubby's doing great. His back's got just a little something still bothering him. He's still, I think I told you all, they sent him home, well, they mailed it to him, a heart monitor. When he was in the hospital and stuff, his heart rate kept bottoming out, and they did want to check. They thought some of it might be in his medicine, and they adjusted that a little bit. He has not had any more dizzy spells, but they wanted to do the heart monitor for 2 weeks. It's about to drive him crazy. He can take a shower with it on, but he can't face in the water. He has to do it without it running down. So, and then he says it's hard to sleep because he likes to sleep on his stomach. And now that his back's not hurting so bad, he wants to get on his stomach and it's pulling, you know, where it's at on his chest. But he gets to take that off Friday and we mail it back. So hopefully nothing will show up on that. Can you all not hear me? Greg, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I'm listening to you talking now.
Can you all hear me?
I got volume.
Somebody said they didn't have, couldn't hear me. Can you all hear me? Somebody let me know besides Greg, because he can hear me here. Okay. Stephanie says she can hear me. Yeah, somebody said they couldn't hear me. I bought one of those little microphones, and if y'all remember the first time I tried to use it, somehow or another it wasn't synced with my phone or with whatever, and it ended up you couldn't hear me, so I threw it down and I've not used it since. All right, hi Sylvia. Yeah, somebody in the comments said they couldn't hear me, so maybe go back out and come back in. It might be something on your end. I think this is going to need a second coat on this one. I better quit talking so much and get these books painted, right? You would think I could get this craft done. See this how it's got that knot hole, but I'm okay with that. I'll just make sure I lay it the way I want it. I guess I could have turned that to the back. Duh, that would work, wouldn't it? That would hide it. Didn't even think about that. Hi Carla, how are you? So I'm using Dixie Belle paints tonight, one of my favorites. Mainly the reason I chose it is for the colors. I wanted the color combo that I'm doing. I could have went in with all kinds of different colors if I really wanted to. Probably should have laid that down and painted that, but I'm trying to hurry. Hi Sandra, thank you for hopping on. Hi Teresa. Thank you for sprinkling me out. I love the drop cloth. I think that's what I've got here. Yep, this is the drop cloth. It's just a good neutral to have in your stash. Yeah, Andrea, I've been wanting to do this for a while. The only thing, and I'm okay with what the stencil that I'm using. I was wanting to do something a little bit different, and the stencils I've got to pick my words to put on the books, they all didn't come from the same stencil, and the font on them was different, and I didn't want that. I wanted them to match So I just picked a stencil that had all on the same stencil. That way they would match. I'm a little OCD when it comes to stuff like that. Now my paint's running around this knot hole just a little bit. All right. Andrea, is your eye doing better? I know I talked to you earlier and you said that it was pretty much feeling better. Okay, we'll let that one dry by itself. I'm just going to leave it on that paper and move to the next one. Now this one is going to be burlap. I think my comments, of course, has quit moving. Greg, can you comment? Do you remember the dimensions of the books? And will you comment that in the comments for them? We do, like I said, we do not have these in the workshop, but we would like to put them in the workshop. But as we told you all before, we're going to try to do things a little bit different and maybe just make 2 or 3 of each item and see if they sell instead of trying to spend a bunch of money and then if they don't sell. So right now, I sold 1 set of these already. And then I've got this set, and that's all I've got is this. But we can go get stuff to make them. I just, you know, was going to kind of see how they went over and if people thought it would be something that they would be interested in. But Greg's going to comment in the comments the dimensions of these if he can remember them. Now this color's pretty. I'm going to do this one different. I'm going to hold on to it with one end and go all the way around. You don't remember the sizes though, Greg? So it's 1.5 inches thick on the thickness. And there are 3 different sizes that's barely different. And I don't remember the exact sizes of them. 8 inches, 7.5, and 7. They're barely different, so when they stack, they kind of, so there's 8, 7.5, and 7. And then they're 1.5 inches thickness. Good, Andrea. What's the 5 mean, Greg? He was trying to put a half. He meant one. They're 5.5 inches wide. So 1.5 inches deep, 5.5 inches wide, 8, 7.5, and 7. They're a good little chunk of wood. Now that one needed a sanding just a little bit on the end, but we can do it. That's a pretty color, isn't it? And he rounds the edges off, you know, to kind of make it look more like just not a sharp edge. Yes, it's a set of 3 for 1 price. It'll be listed as a set of 3 for 1 price. Do you remember the price, Greg? It's not listed right now, Tasha. We don't have any made, and partly because I have to go buy the wood to make them. But if this is something 2 or 3 people would be interested in, at least, we could probably go buy the wood and make them. Right off the top of my head, I'm thinking it's $14.95 for the set of 3. I'll have to look to make sure, but I think it's $14.95. Hi, Jackie. Yeah, I'm making him work for it tonight, Jackie. He ain't gonna sit here and not comment. I went ahead and just did the 2 coats as I went. I don't know why I feel like I've been on here forever. I'm like, you're going to run out of time. Surely to goodness, Devonna, you can paint 3 blocks of wood and do some stencils on it and make your little book stack in an hour. Who else is slow at crafting? Is it just me? I feel like that I ought to get done and have time left over, and I end up running out of time every time. But I'm also one that sometimes don't know the little final touches. I have to kind of look at it for a little while. So sometimes I'm 2 or 3 days later putting the embellishments on it, and and that's hard to do when you're on the live trying to decide and glue something. Thanks, Tasha. I think it's a good size. Now we've also got a mini size. I should have brought them over here. Greg also cut. We've got one set of the mini books, but I don't know if I'm putting him on the spot if he will remember the dimensions on them. Basically, it's the same thing. They're just more petite. Sylvia, I'm the world's worst. Greg, what kind of wood? I can't hear you. For the books, what kind of wood? Comment. I'm putting him to work tonight. Pine on the books. That must mean that he uses different kind on different stuff. So let's set that one over there. And then the big one, I'm going to save my paint because I am going to need them for the stenciling too. Jackie, I'm the worst. Sometimes I'm like, you got to do better than that. Surely, to goodness, you can do better than that. Now, I think this one, the black, needs sand it more to kind of dull it just a little bit. We'll see what it looks like. Which it's going to be on the bottom, and, part of it will be covered up. Yeah, pine. It's pine wood. And I know that you can use books. You can go to the Dollar Tree and, get books and use those. And I have done that before. But there's just something about wood, I just want it wood. It's pretty nice to have a handy husband. Hi, Tanya. If you're just hopping on, I am in an event with Southern Messy Crafters. And if you're not following somebody you see in the comments, give them a follow. I'm sure they would appreciate that. And I am making a stack of wood books. So a lot of painting. I know this is a little boring because I'm just painting, but we are going to do some stenciling in a minute. Trying to go down as far as I can, and then we'll switch. Something on my wood. Thank you all for coming on. I know this is a little bit boring tonight. Hopefully the end results will be cute. So Jackie, if you're still on here, you were talking about doing the primitive last week and you just wanted to try something different. Well, I've been wanting to do something sparkly and blingy and rice paper and a tray. That's what I'm wanting to do. Some kind of tray with rice paper. So we will see. Now, I've done a couple before, but not since I started my page, I haven't. But when I first started crafting, I did do it a little bit. I don't think my comments are scrolling. It's a little bit aggravating, ain't it? You don't know whether to refresh it or maybe nobody's saying nothing. Okay, we're good on time. I just want to make sure these are really good and dry and coat it good to do the stenciling. This wood is, soaking the paint in pretty good. Yeah, Jackie, I'm a little out of practice. I need to find somebody that's did one and watch a couple replays. I mean, I know how to do it, but as you all know, I'm not the best with decoupage and rice paper down. And I know you need to prime it and all the things. I've got a couple trays that I've picked up that I don't really know what to do with, and one of them is really blingy. It's silver, and it's got a rim to it that's already got like little rhinestones and stuff on it. And I got it really cheap. I think I got it at Marshall's. And I told Greg, I'm getting that, because it was like $5 or something. It might not even been that much. But then I'm a little intimidated with what the heck I'm supposed to do with it now. I would like to do a silver tray, I would. And I've got one. Let me ask you this. What about the ones that's got the little bit of a pattern and they're not completely smooth in the base of it? You can still do the rice paper on that, right? It'll be okay. Because I do see people do a lot of the different, it's got like the pattern, to the tray. I do think you can do those. Hi, Pat. I'll have to go check them out. I sent you a message for the books. Okay, Sandra. Thank you. Like I said, as far as our woodworks, when Greg, got sick and all that happened, we kind of didn't know what to do. And we decided to not put no pressure because he never knows if he's going to feel good. So what I'm trying to do is, like, if you go to my woodworks, it's basically in my photos, and it's an album called the Handmade Shop. And if I've got anything for sale, it's in that album. And so what we decided to do is to only post when Greg's got stuff made. That way, if he's got 3 of these books available, we'll sell them, and then if they sell out, we can go buy more stuff. That way, we're not buying a bunch of wood up and then not selling it. Plus, let's say I got a bunch of orders for something, and then he didn't feel like making them. So we're trying to, figure out the fair way to do it to everybody else without smothering us out too. So right now, there is a few items in there for sale. The spool holders, we have several of those. He made those up, but we just don't have any of the extra books right now. And I told him, I said, well, let me craft with them and show them, and let's see if anybody would be interested. And then we'll decide whether to go get the wood to make them. Because I wanted a set for myself anyway. Michelle, are you talking about my tray? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, definitely you got to, and I've got bonding boss. You definitely got to prime them first, don't you? Because of the metal. And you don't put a lot of heat on them either, best I remember. All right, we're gonna get some stenciling done, but we do got to make sure these are good and dry. Surely those already are. The black one's like it's not wanting to. I received my spool holder the other day. I love it. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's dry. It just looks like it's not. Okay, I think this needs another coat on this side, and then we'll be ready to start stenciling. So I've got this little stencil that I got from Farmhouse Stencil Shop with Lori, and I'm an affiliate with her also. If you shop, use Heart 10, and you can get 10% off. And I think with her, if you shop and spend minimum $35, you get free shipping as well. So that's a good way to double up, and you can use both codes and get both at the same time, which I think is pretty good. But I have been trying to stencil a little bit more. I used to be scared of it, and I've been doing it more, and I'm liking it a lot. So I wanted to do these books, and you know, you could do different things with the books as far as you could decoupage something on the front of it. You could actually put paper all the way around it. Just, you know, whatever you want to do. But I wanted to do just a word on each book. So I'm going to use this little stencil. I know you can't see it, but it says faith, hope, and love. And we're going to do it, stencil the word on each book on the side. Or I'm going to try to. Hi, Julie. Thank you. If y'all will remind me, Teresa, I will get down my sunflower tray. I did do a sunflower tray, and I resined on top of it. And it's got bling in it. It's got the little rhinestone, well, not rhinestones, the little yellow, see, I don't even know much about the sparkle. It's got bling in it, and it's yellow. And I put that in there, and then I did the resin on top of the tray, and it turned out really nice. It's on top of my kitchen cabinets. All right, so that one should be good, but let's let that one, make sure he's dry. And let's start with the first one. Let me check him over and make sure. Now, I messed up right there just a little bit. I think I'm going to just see if I can sand that. I think that'll be all right. So this is the one with the knot hole, and this is the top one. So we want that to the back instead of the front. The only thing is, that needs a little bit of paint right there for one. I'm gonna have to make sure that's dry now. I went back over it. We may start with the middle one because I need to let this dry. That didn't have enough paint on the side. All right, Devonna. I like this side better. Okay, Faith, this is going to be Hope, because I'm going to do Faith on the top, Hope, and then Love on the bottom. So this is the middle one, so this is Hope. And Hope is going to get stenciled with black. Teresa, I'll try to remember to pull that down so I can show you guys. All right, you know me, I got to stand up. So I'm thinking you don't want it all the way to the end. That's too thick. You know what? I'm tempted to do this. Well, I was going to use my spray, but I'm afraid where I'm doing one at a time, it ain't going to work. That spray stuff works pretty good on it, but now I'm not sure about that. All right. See, this makes me nervous. You know how I get? I get all nervous. It's just a stencil. If I mess it up, I mess it up, right? So I tape mine down. I think that'll work. All right. So I've only got one of these left. So I'm going to have to use some makeup sponges as well. So this one's black. You definitely want to offload, but I got to get enough paint on it to begin with. And I wouldn't care if this was not like completely covered. I don't know why I got to stand up, but I do. Still feels like it's too much paint. Now I got it on my fingers. Man, that soaked that up big time. I'm lightly pouncing on it because if you go too fat hard, it will bleed through. Do you all like to stencil? Do you get as nervous as I am? And I know you can use the little stencil brushes, but I find so far, and like I said, I do need to practice more, that this works for me. I did my little, I did one last night, and it bled through a little bit. But I think you can almost go back with your paint and fix some of it. I shouldn't have started with the middle one, I don't think. Well, maybe, because see, I've still got to use this same stencil 2 more times. I didn't think that through, did I? All right. It's either good or not, right? I like to know that I got a nice brush. It bled a little bit, I think. No, not really. All right. I'm going to try not to clean that and do the other ones. And then go back and do my bridges. That's what I feel like I should do. That way I can hurry and get this. So this is going to be the back. And this is face. I think I can do it without getting that black on the other one. Sorry, I'm standing up. It just works for me better. I guess I could have showed you. Not too bad, but I do want to do this. I know they're not going to be exactly, but I do kind of want to get them lined up. My OCD won't have it no other way. We'll scoot you over there. Hi Karen, how are you tonight? I'm sorry I missed your live today. I was at work. That's my excuse anyway. No, I was super busy during that time, and I didn't even get to pop on. I'm sorry. I will go back and catch the replay though. I sure will. I feel like the okay. So Faith is going to also be black. So that works out. You know, I've almost used this whole Dixie Belle black already. I feel like my comments are not going anywhere again. All right. I feel like this one's not down as good. I hope I don't regret this. I know I'm missing comments. I definitely will go back and see what everybody's saying. If they're holding their breath. Seeing if I'm going to mess up. Let's move that one out of the way. Yeah, I feel like this one's popping up on me a little more. I don't think I got my tape in the right place. And I'm sure you all have a better way of doing this. And you're probably sitting there cringing going, no. But again, even if I mess one of these up, it ain't like I can't repaint this end and do it again. So I'm not going to worry about it. And it is better to go back in with a second time than to get too much paint the first time. I feel like this one bled. We will see. Hi, Jamie. I think that's just the wood tone. Let me show you. Cool. Okay, I want this one. So now let's gauge it with these two. I don't know if I'm going to get done or not, people. I swear. I messed up. No, I just got them in the wrong place. Faith, hope. All right. Greg, are you in there laughing at me? I think my husband's laughing because I said I'll get done with this craft tonight. And I'm not going to. Think. Move you out of the way. I'm trying to gauge it by that one without touching that on it, so I think that'll work. That's only for this one. I've got it. Tracy, I'll have to. I don't have a choice. I don't have no more of the pouncers. I'm getting ready to do the makeup sponge right now. That's all I had left. So since the black is going to be a different color, I figured I would use the pouncer on the two black ones, since that's what I'm used to using. All right, so scoot over tape. You're too close. So should I go in with drop cloth or burlap? Which one of these colors on the black? Drop cloth or burlap? For the stencil. Jackie, you missed me stenciling? Girl. Okay. Yeah, you gotta offload the pouncer too, Tracy. Burlap or drop cloth? Yeah, that's what I think too, the lighter. That's what we're gonna go with. Oh my goodness, I've got a burlap and a drop cloth. Wonder if that'll be too white. That may look like white on the black. That might look like white. We don't want white. All right. Offload, offload. If I mess up on anything, y'all can't see me offloading, can you? If I mess up on anything, it's going to be this one. Too much. I love the burlap and the black together anyway. That's what I've done with my little primitive drawer back here. When I stenciled on it, was the burlap. Come on, you can do it. I feel like it doesn't have enough on it, and I'm not sure what to do. To be honest, I think it would be okay if it ain't showing completely. Well, sorry Tracy, I already used the other side. All right, now what I've done, just a little trick here, which I know it's going to be dry. I've got a pan of water over here that I'm going to dump this in. That way it won't be as hard to clean when we're done here. So, I do feel like I probably need to do the bridges, but I want to have enough time. Is that too big of a contrast of color? All right. So I have got, I really don't know how I want to do this. I'm thinking, what my thoughts were, I'm gonna have to turn it facing me so I can hurry and get this. And I am the last percenter, right? So I don't have to, yeah, I'm the last percenter. Thank you guys for having me tonight. This has been fun. So kind of what I thought about doing, if I can figure out how. I'm not going to glue this down or nothing because, again, I'll have to sit and think on this and ponder. But just to kind of just bear with me. That. Now this is the spool holder that we've got in our shop. You can get it in 4, 3, or 2. I really didn't know how to embellish on top of it, so I'm just going to go with this and then not glue it down, and if I don't like it, I can do something different. I've got a rusty bell I want to put on it. If I don't get this done, I'll just have to post a picture. So what do y'all think? Do you like my stack of books? I thought I had more. Did I not get the right color? I might not have got the right color. I may just have to use what I got here, just to kind of see what it looks like. I wanted to use more of that, but I'm not finding it. Thank you all. Did you dry your words? Well, as they would have dried as I did the next stencil. I'm not touching them, so. And I want to go back and do the bridges. I just want y'all to see my bow. And I want to wax it up a little bit too. I've got 10 minutes. Devonna, you got this. Just do what you want to do here and take your time. Let's think about this. That's one reason I'm not going to like glue or nothing, because I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I want to go back and do my bridges, I think, on the stencil. What other color do I want? I really, really, really want it, that other one. This may not be the color combo that I go with. Do you think I need greenery? I've got these that I thought about picking off some of and putting out of it. But I don't know. But I am going to do, I don't know which size to use. I've got 2 different sizes of the veils. I definitely want to tie one of those off of it instead of like a button or something. Thank you. Can y'all see me? I'm trying to do my little bow. And I don't know that I like this fabric colors combo. But it ain't like that. I can't change it. You know what I'm saying? I really want this again, and I don't have none here with me. I thought I had more. So I'm just going to go with what I've got. Just to put a little bow on there to kind of show you, and then I'll have to think on it. And this might be too much of a bow. I'm going to put this little one for a different color. Yeah, I'm not sure. This bow's not going to work. Less is more. Yeah, I'm thinking so too. But just to kind of give y'all an idea, the bow, this is not going to be my final bow. I can already tell. I think this is too much. It's definitely too much, and I don't think I can redo it. Yeah, that's too much. Let's just try again then. I've got 7 minutes. 7 minutes. One thing's throwing me off. I think this is too thick. I want a little bit of it in there. Hi, Stephen. I was thinking of this. That's not the, that's the berry bush. That's kind of what I was thinking. I can't make up my mind on this bow. I've got myself frazzled because I don't have the color I want. Let's just do this. I'm gonna make it more simple. So here is this. A little bit of, I'm almost out of my coffee stain muslin. I'm gonna have to make some more. Do y'all do your own coffee stain muslin? And let's do this one. And then I'm gonna stop, just to see what this looks like. I think that'll be, well, let's do that again. Here's the other half. Thank you, guys. All right, I got 6 minutes. Come on, Devonna, you can get this done. Even if you change it, right? And as you all know, I'm not the best bow maker. But at least I'll lay it down there and show you what it's going to kind of look like. So I'm thinking greenery. My chair keeps sliding. I'm thinking, see, I want it to like leave this light hanging down on this side. And then I'm not even gonna glue it. We're just gonna lay it up here until I decide what to do. And then boy, that's definitely got strings in it tonight. This is not a good bow. I'm just cutting some of the tails off of it. I'm gonna have to turn it towards me just a minute. Wow, look at that string. Okay, so I'm thinking just to kind of show you a little bit. Come on, greenery. And then I think I've got this other string that's way, see, this is why my husband made me a spool holder. This is a little bit thinner though. I can if I'm, well, I can't, but I can do better if I'm not in a real big hurry. If I take my time and I have my colors laid out the way I want them. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet, but again, Southern Messy Crafters, thank you all for having me tonight. I've really had a good time. I hope you guys have had a good time. And then just kind of maybe even, yeah, this needs work. Here it's too long. What do y'all think? I think my comments have stopped, or either y'all have left me one. So what do you think? Somehow or another, hang the bell off. And of course that's not fixed the way it needs to be made, but you know what I'm saying. Don't cover my letters up with my bow. What do you think? What do I need to do there? Besides glue this stuff down, right? And I'm not sure about even that. I will have to sit and look at this for a day or two. You know what I'm saying? You have to kind of stare at it. I'm not sure about the bow. I am sure about the bell, though. I do want this hanging off the front of it. I think that's going to be pretty. Can y'all see it still? We got 2 minutes. Somehow or another, that hung off. And I even wonder if the bow needs to be smaller. What do y'all think about the bow? Smaller? Definitely redo it, because this is just not going to work for me. I mean, I can put the bow in different places, but I just felt like you don't want to cover your words up. I think it needs to be smaller and over here. And then, of course, I need to fix the greenery to where you can actually see greenery. Thank you, guys. And I'm not gluing them together because I might want to do something different with them. I don't even know if I would glue the bow set on it. Maybe just tack it at the top to keep it, pull it tight. Because what if you wanted to cut that off and change it and do something different later and the books would still be good? You could even do them different, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think the bell sets it off. Now that's the big bell. I could have done the small one, but I think the big one works on it. Well, guys, it looks like my time is up. I do appreciate you all joining me tonight, and thanks for having me. I've had a really good time, and I guess that's it. And again, we probably will have these in the shop if I get some orders on them. I know I really don't want to take orders first, but I kind of would like to gauge if anybody's interested in these before I go buy the wood, because right now we don't have any wood to make them. So just kind of gauge them to see what you all think. But I like it. This is exactly what I wanted, other than the bow. Yeah, I think so too, Pat. I'll kind of have to eyeball it again, and I want to find this fabric to include in the bow. I messed up and I can't find that. But I like it. I like how it turned out. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. You all have a great night, and we will see you Friday night. I'll be in an event Friday night. So I'll see you all Friday night. Hopefully have a great rest of your week. And I love and appreciate you all so much. Have a good evening.